It's Miss Dupree. This rustic outfit I'm wearing is a subtle hint into the second The News by Teri installment. Everybody, settle in and get ready for your ride into the wonderful world of the Forgotten Cowboys. The American West was occupied by an assortment of black, white, Mexican, and Native American cattle hands in the 1800s. Rare modern-day records now estimate that up to 1 in 4 Texan cowboys was African American, while the number of Mexican cowboys was even greater. Obviously, Hollywood played a major part in dismissing the role of black cowboys, because 99% of Western cowboy films contain not one.
And everywhere I go, there's always something to remind me of another place and time.
America was a divided country. Segregation. Hollywood basically left them out, making their role in American history invisible. When the word cowboy comes to mind, typically the images we are used to seeing on our television screens are products of Hollywood's goal to inculcate the quintessential image of what a cowboy should act and look like. Not to mention the few African American Western films you can count literally on one hand, including the classic fictional comedy Blazing Saddles. Can we now reflect on the countless Western classics? Everybody's got that one favorite stocked to the brim with John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, and so many stereotypes of that dominated cinema and book covers, with their broad shoulders, canteens they fought over because some selfish, thirsty some of them drank all the water, dirty worn cowboy boots, gruff beards, ponchos, and don't forget those all too white Stetson hats. Emerging with that heroic, hard-bitten look, ready to finish some unsettled disagreement, right an act of wrongdoing with an array of bullets and bloodshed, or just mesmerize the women with their manly exteriors. At least these are the images that I'm accustomed to seeing. When in reality, for a start, let's go there. The term cowboy was originally a derogatory term used describing black slaves working with the cattle. You had field boys, house boys, kitchen boys, and get it now? Cow boys. White men working on the ranch were known as cowmen, due to skill and proficiency working in the field, soon becoming a positive term referring to manliness and strength. During the 17th and 18th century, many slaves were displaced from areas of Western Africa where cattle herding cultures had existed for ages. And moving into the 19th century, those slaves who became cowboys joined their European and Native American counterparts. Life for a black cowboy was tough, expected to always do more than their white counterpart. In other words, most of the roughest work, including the breaking of stock, which was taming horses and getting horses ready to ride each morning.
Come on, you lazy horse. We ain't got all day, you know.
How many times I got to tell you, I ain't going nowhere.
When they had to cross high rivers to move cattle, of course, the black cowboys were the first to cross.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Bill Pickett was the most famous African-American rodeo performer of all time and the first black cowboy movie star. Inventing a way of controlling steers called bulldogging, he became a star attraction of Wild West shows. Now known as steer wrestling, the event that he created remains a popular part of rodeos to this day. Pickett was born in Travis County, Texas in 1870, the second of 13 children. His parents were emancipated slaves, and, as common for African Americans in the region, he also had Cherokee ancestry. Young Pickett showed an interest in animals and began working as a ranch hand. He learned the skills required for a cowboy, excelled in all regards, and was soon giving his own exhibitions. He and his brothers founded their own horse-breaking business, and with Pickett's 5-foot 7-inch, 140-pound frame came reliance on bravado and muscular power, appearing together with a young Will Rogers at Madison Square Garden in New York in 1905, where they fought an out-of-control steer that jumped into the crowd.
Hey, Will, why don't you hold down the steer while I go get the police? I got a better idea. Why don't you hold down the steer and I go get the police?
Oh my God!
Often barred with white cowboys, Pickett would represent himself as Cherokee, at the same time becoming the star of several Western films, one about African American cowboys. He became a deacon of the Baptist Church, joined the National Guard, and married Maggie Turner in 1890, with whom they would have 9 children. The only touring African American rodeo in the U.S. is named the Bill Pickett Invitational Rodeo. A sculpture showing him bulldogging a steer is displayed at the Fort Worth, Texas Cowboy Coliseum, and the postage stamp honoring his image reflects African American cowboys' vital part in history. I believe God lives in me and breathes through me, guiding my writing's expression from my heart. How do we move forward without acclamation of how we got to this point and the brave legends of our past that held the forefront? Never forget the essence of being a part of reliving our incredible history. If we never quench our thirst for knowledge, the passions we possess within ourselves will always guide our accomplishments.